Okay, and I'm sharing my screen. My screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So we understood in yesterday's session. We understood what is a release note and why do we send the release note, etc. And also we understood like on how to explain the project. So uh, today I'll just come up with the notes like what are the points that we can come up with in order to explain the project, right? So let me give you the notes on how to explain the project in the interview. So, okay, so I'll be providing the notes on the Pantaloons application, wherein we have understood how the Pantaloons application work. Okay, so as a suppose in case if the interviewer asks, can you explain me about your project? So I'll be saying like my recent project is Pantaloons. Um, it is a e-commerce application. My recent project is Pantaloons.com, which is an e-commerce application. Um, company is B2C, that is business consumer model. Okay, and my application consumer and purchase clothing, clothing and accessories. Clothing and accessories for men, women, kids based on brands. In my application, consumer can purchase clothing and accessories for men, women, kids based on brands. based on brands available to okay, and mm, okay, in my application, um, we have product listing page, which provides the list of products based on the selection made from category. In application, we have product listing page, which provides the list of products based on the selection made from category and subcategories. Based on the category and the subcategories, the phone name matter. Absolutely.
అదే సౌండ్ వచ్చినట్టుండే కార్ట్ ఏమన్నా వస్తున్నాము కార్ట్ అంతా
Mm, Um, can the product of this choice is interested in purchase it and have a description page where we can the detailed information about our product, like what product like what is the material that is used manufacture manufacture the product, what is the brand, what all sizes, what all sizes are available product. Okay. Now I will come up with the unique feature that is provided by the Pantaloons application over here. Right. So I'll say there is a unique feature which is which there is a feature which gives the user to select the product. There's a unique feature which gives the user to select the product based on his there is a unique feature which gives the user to select the product by giving a recommendation based on his height, weight, and his shape. There is a unique feature that gives the user to select the product by giving the recommendation based on his height, weight, and his body shape. Uh, which helps customer purchase product. It helps the customer to purchase the product. It's properly, right? So this is one of the unique feature uh, of which fits in properly and from product description page. Uh, consumer can share the product to friends, colleagues, friends, colleagues, and add the product to wish list from a bag, wish list from a bag to purchase the product. So this is one thing, and I can add one more thing. Um, consumer add the product from wish list page to my bag page to product. If this can be done um, from wish list, they can add the product to the my bag page. Okay, consumer can add the products from what else can be done from my bag. Sorry, I'll just see like what other points can be added. Nothing is happening. Okay, I can select the size and move the product to the bag, and I can remove the product from the wish list. Okay, that point can be added. Consumer can add the product from wish list page to my bag page, purchase the product, and can remove wish list. These are the things that you can perform from the wish list page. Okay, and next thing, what you can do from my back page, that will be like from my back page. um, User can proceed to checkout, where the checkout page, where in the checkout page address, delivery estimates, and payments. Okay. My back page, user can proceed to checkout, where in the checkout page, uh, user will have to add the address to the product delivered, and the product how much we delivered, and we have delivery estimate section, which gives us the information of when the product will be delivered to the consumer when the product will delivered to the customer. Okay, post that, proceed to it. Hmm, by proceeding further, user will get um, options payment or different options like um, credit or debit cards. I'll say different payment options. Okay. Payment options like credit and debit card. What is the next thing? Net banking, cash on debit. Debit or credit cards, net banking. COD means cash on delivery. Okay. Uh, Cash on delivery, and also we have additional options. uh, um, Gift card, green card, gift card, green card, and bank loans. Uh, Bank loans credit. Once the payment is made by customer, the customer, comma, he will receive the confirmation. Confirmation page where will have the order ID. Okay, using which we can track the order. Okay, it will have the order ID, uh, which uh, which customer can order, which customer can track the order. And the order what is delivered to him. Okay, so this is all about my application. Okay, so this is how I'll explain my application. You can tell more points apart from this, like you can list down the features, and based on features, you can explain the project. Okay, I've just explained it on a briefer note. I've not went in depth. I've picked such features which gives really very good life for the application. Okay, that way I have picked the features and I've explained it. And also I can do one more thing. What I can do is like I can mention uh, what are the technologies that are used. Okay, so what are the technologies that are used in order to develop this application? Okay, so you can say um, it's not mandatory, but if you say, and if you're really good what are the technologies that is used in order to develop your application? If you tell that, it is well and good. Okay. So I'll say I'll just provide one generic technologies list, so it will be helpful for you people. Okay. Technologies. Okay. You people remember I showed you a diagram that day, right? So you remember this diagram, right? So user will be using the browser or a mobile app in order to purchase any particular product, and the request will go to the web server, which is a presentation layer, which gives the presentation to this mobile device or to the browser. And this presentation layer will communicate with the business logic layer, and this business logic layer will communicate to the database, and it will fetch the data from the database, and it will give it back to the application or the browser. So this kind of architecture is known as a service oriented architecture. So what you can say is like you can tell that your application is a basically a service oriented architecture. But in real time, if you have worked on any particular application, you'll get to know what is the architecture that particular application is built with. Okay. So I'm giving a generic thing like um, I'll say in my application, we have used service oriented architecture. That is SOA. They call this as SOA, service oriented architecture. Where we have presentation layer from a business logic layer. Okay. And database layer. Okay. So I mentioned uh, presentation layer. Okay. So presentation layer, you can mention technologies used are HTML, CSS, uh, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Angular, Angular JS, okay, etc. Right? And at the layer, uh, you can say is used are Java, and uh, etc. There are many. There are something called as Golang, etc. So these are the predominantly used ones. So you can Keep this in mind, and then
Hello.
web server,
Ah, ah. Yeah, yeah,
Apache Tomcat, web server, I'll say WebSphere, okay, and then finally we can say database. Database layer, we can mention like Postgres, SQL, MongoDB, SQL Server, etc. So this way you can explain the technologies that is used as well while explaining your application. If you really know what are the technologies, then it is better to explain this section, or else avoid to explain this section. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, uh, in your resume, how to come up with the projects? I'll be explaining you now, right? So the major thing in your profile is what is your technical skills or your profile summary. That would be the major thing that grasps the attention of the interviewer. Okay, how would you provide the points in the technical skills or the um, profile summary? That is one thing. And in the project section of your profile, okay, what are the roles and responsibilities that you mentioned? What you did as a part of your uh, job or as a test engineer will select bring the interest of the interviewer. Okay, this guy has performed this, great, which will be useful for us in uh, testing our application, right? Okay, this guy has used this particular technology, great, it will be helpful for us to uh, come up with a quality application, right? So this way, what are the roles and responsibilities that you mentioned in the project, and how you come up with the project description, and what kind of project that you have worked will bring the interest of the interviewer, and it will help to screen a better candidate who is suitable to do this job. Okay, so now we'll understand like how we'll come up with the project description, and from where we can get the points for the project description, right? So basically, yesterday I told you, right? Uh, Once you go to the Play Store and select any particular or search for any particular application. Now you can go to Play Store and search for Pantaloons application. Okay, there is an application called as Pantaloons online shopping app. Right, select that, and you see an option called as About this app. Okay, About this app, and in About this app section, you see they would have given the detailed information about the app, right? There again what exactly this app is all about, okay, and what is the purpose of this app, what is the use of this app. All the information would be provided under that particular section. So that is where you can get the information to provide the application description in the resume. So in that about the app section, you need to select such points which will be select real which will really grasp the interviewer's attention. Okay, select such points and come up with the description of the project. That is one thing. Okay, and uh, if it is a mobile application, you will get it from about this app in the Play Store. But what if it is a web application? See, in web application also, we will have a section called as about us. Where exactly it will be? Mm, yeah, you see here, there is a about section. In about, we have something called as about us. You see, it will give the detailed information what exactly this application is all about, right? About Pantaloons. Pantaloons is a playground where we enjoy the privilege of serving our customers to enable their fashion journey, right? So from here, you can fetch the points and provide the project description in your profile, in your, right? Just give me a second, guys. I'll plug in the charger. Okay. So now you understood. Take any project. If it's a web application, we'll have something called as about us section. Go to that section and you'll get the information and you can provide that particular information with respect to the project related details. Okay. And if it's a web application, then you need to go to the Play Store, select that particular or search for that particular application and go to uh, what is it about this app. Then you'll get the detailed information of that particular application. So from there, fetch the points and provide the project description. Okay, is it simple? How to get the come up with the project description? You take any project, that application itself will give the information what that application is all about in the section called as about us. Okay, so that is one simple trick that you can follow. You take any project, you'll be getting the description. No need to search anywhere else. Okay, now the next thing is the roles and responsibilities, right? You came up with the project and you came up with the project description. Now the next important thing is the roles and responsibilities. So how the roles and responsibilities should be there? See, the most recent project that you have worked, it should be at the top, and the previous project that you have worked, it should be at the bottom. Okay, so um, the recent project that you have worked, it should be at the top and it should have more roles and responsibilities. From the first project that you have worked, the roles and responsibilities will be less. And as and when the number of projects increases, your roles and responsibilities also should increase. Okay. So that is how your profile should be designed. Okay, so let me come up with those points, whatever that I'm explaining you. So, uh, how to object description, the mm, project description can be provided by details from about the section web application. Okay, and it is mobile application. That's the from this app section. Over this app section. Okay. So this is one thing. Just give me a second, guys. Okay, guys. Yeah. Um. So we came to know like how to come up with a project description if it's a web app and if it's a mobile app. Now I will give you some tricks. Okay. things to follow while coming up with the projects in the resume. Okay. So, what are the things that you need to follow while you come up with the projects and the roles and responsibilities? Those things I'll be informing you now. So, now uh, I'll say try to come up with multiple projects. Uh, Try to come up with multiple projects to show that you are experienced. Okay. And one point that you need to keep in your mind, do not uh, mention the duration and team size. Mm, Team size. Okay. You might have seen multiple profiles. Not sure whether you have seen or not. Okay. So a lot of people, what they will do is they will mention the duration of the project from this particular month and year till this particular month and year you have worked on this project, and there are totally of 16 members, right? Don't mention such points. Okay. If you have really worked, then mentioning such points, yeah, fine, not an issue. But when you are showcasing that you are, or you're portraying that you have a experience, then don't come up with these kind of points. Okay, that would be a problem for you. Okay, that is one thing. And um, always keep this in mind. Whatever the recent project that you are mentioning, right? You need to be really, 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 really very good in that recent project that you are mentioning. Suppose imagine you have worked on three different projects, and the recent project that you are mentioning, right? The questions will come from the recent project only. And suppose in case if they ask any question with respect to the old project, you can tell them, see, it's been long. I've worked on the other project, so I might not remember what all the things that I have worked on. Right. For example, I'll tell you. Can somebody tell me what is the breakfast that you had yesterday morning? You should tell me quickly. What breakfast you had yesterday morning?
Idli.
Okay. What about others?
Puri.
Others?
Dosa, sir.
Okay. What took you so long to tell what breakfast you had yesterday morning? You recalled, okay, yesterday morning what I had. Few of you people remembered it and you told it. Okay. I asked one simple question. Yesterday morning, what breakfast you had? What breakfast you had day before yesterday? Thinking. Right. The reason behind why I asked you this question is we forget the breakfast that we had yesterday and day before yesterday. Right. How come you can remember the project that you have worked 6 months before? Will it be possible?
No, sir.
Right. This is simple funda. Everybody knows. Okay. That is the reason I'm telling you, I'm stressing this point. Whatever the recent project that you are mentioning, you should be really very good at it. Forget about the old projects. I'm only telling you, forget it. And if interviewer asks question from your old project also, you can tell them. It's been quite a while that I have worked on that project and I don't recall things. Fine, it's absolutely fine. Nobody is going to question you on that. Okay. But only thing is, whatever the testing skills that you perform, that thing you should have in your mind, not about the project information. Clear? So be really very good current project mentioning the okay. And the next thing, you need to have a really very good understanding about the process that is followed. What is the process that is followed? For example, whenever a new feature comes in, okay, first what should happen? The product owner should explain the requirement document about that particular new feature, and there should be a product backlog tickets, and that particular backlog product backlog tickets has to be explained by the product owner to both developers and test engineers. And once developers start working on the high level design, low level design, and architectures, we should come up with the test scenarios and test cases. And once developer starts implementing, we should be ready with our test cases and get the test cases approved. And once the feature is given for testing, we should follow the test cases and test the feature. Right. So this particular process, each and every organization follow a different models. They can follow waterfall model, they can follow agile model, they can follow VNV model, or they can follow spiral model. It depends on the project to project and organization to organization. But 90 to 95 percentage of the organizations now they follow agile methodology. Right. So be really very good at this particular project related stuff, or sorry, process related stuff. Okay. And if somebody asks you, definitely they will ask this question: can you explain me the process that you follow in your recent project? Then you should be able to explain it. You explain the process in agile methodology terms itself, nothing to worry. So this is how we used to get the stories, and that particular stories we used to create a subtask to write the test cases and for the execution purpose. And once the build is given, we would be ready before the build is provided. We would be ready with the test cases. There is approved test cases, and once the build is provided, we'll follow the test cases and test the application and make sure that the application is working as per the requirement specification. Okay, so you need to have a proper sequential explanation of the process that is followed. Okay, so I'll say have a very good uh, understanding of the process that is followed in the current project. Okay, this is one point. And next thing, you need to come up with the roles and responsibilities in such a way that roles and responsibilities should cover all the technical aspects that you have worked on that particular project. Okay, once they go through the roles and responsibilities, right, they should get to know, oh, okay, this guy knows these technologies and he has used these particular technologies in order to do this particular testing, right? So roles and responsibilities plays a key role. All right, so come up the roles and responsibilities the project as a engineer. Okay, next. mm, What else? What else? Ah, whatever the tools, you test the tools like Postman, Charles Proxy, right? Any other tools, whatever that you have used, like this ADB commands, right? So whatever the tools that you have used, mention those particular tools. Using this particular tool, I used to perform this testing. Using this particular tool, I used to perform this type of testing. So all these things, it should be mentioned through this roles and responsibilities section, like whatever tools that uh, is used for testing. Mention it the roles and responsibilities and be really good in explaining the. Okay. See, mentioning the tools is not big thing, but if they ask some question in that particular tool, you should be in a position to answer them. Okay. And the last thing and the important thing. Okay. Uh, be really good at points mentioning the resume. Okay. Whatever that you mention in the resume, right? You need to be really, really, really very good at those points. If you don't understand anything, or whatever point that you have provided in your resume, you do not have a better understanding or you do not have a clarity on it, don't mention that point. Okay. If you are mentioning any point in the resume, you need, if they ask any question from your resume, you should be in a position to answer. Okay. So I have taken n number of interviews. Okay. And how I'll take the interview, I'll just go through their profile, and whatever that they have mentioned in their profile, based on that I'll ask the questions. Okay. Based on the points that is provided in the resume, based on that only I'll ask the questions. Nothing apart from that. So always, whatever points that you are mentioning in your profile, you should be really, really good at those particular points, or else it will be very difficult to clear the interview. Okay. So these are the points that you need to keep in your mind while you come up with the projects in the resume. Okay. So this one thing. mm, huh, One more thing. Recent projects mentioned the top or first, and mm, recent project should be mentioned at the top, and so on. Like this should be in the form of a descending order. Okay. Recent will be at the top. This project will be at the bottom. Previous will be at the bottom. Right. So that way you need to mention in your profile. Okay. All right. So these are the points that you need to keep in your mind. All right. So this is what it is. And in the next session, I will give you certain points with respect to roles and responsibilities. Okay. And you can make use of those particular roles and responsibilities in your resume as well. but it would be kind of a generic, which can be applicable for all the resume. Okay, so I'll come up with those points, and then we'll start up with the live project. Okay, so basically, what I'm trying to do here is like I'm trying to give you guys a better understanding on what are the things uh, you need to make sure uh, in order to come up with a better resume, so that you'll get a interview calls and you will be able to pass the interview. So those things I'm covering, and only the only part is I need to give the points on the roles and responsibilities, and then we'll start up with the live project, wherein I'll come up with a requirement document and with a mock-up design. So for that requirement document and mock-up design, we'll be creating a Jira project, and we'll be creating Jira tickets. Okay, we'll be creating a sprint, and through that sprint, we'll be working on. You'll get an understanding in a real-time project how things will be working and what are the things that you will be doing. Okay, so that is how the second project would be. Okay, as I told you, people, like tomorrow and day after, I will not be available. Uh, make use of the time in completing the test assignment. Okay, and I'll be expecting the test case assignment by this Saturday um, or Sunday. Okay,
Yes, sir, sure. Okay.
okay. So I'll stop it here today. Um, so if you people have any doubts, you can ask me.
Sir, these questions are like same for internship also.
Yeah, it'll be same for internship. Like project that you are going to mention, you mention the project and the roles and responsibilities, what you did. Okay, same thing. So there is no much difference with experience and internship. Internship is something like you're also working with the organization. Okay, but the thing is like uh, you will not have much exposure like the person who is working on the project. That's it. Apart from that,
Okay.
everything will remain the same. Any other questions, guys?
Sir, still how many classes are there to complete the project
Uh,
class?
I might take another 5 to 6 classes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any other doubt? Okay, so let me stop the recording.